Do you mind? Hi, I'm Paul and this is The Golf Show. Hey everyone, I'm Paul Hemlin. Welcome to The Golf Show. We've just finished celebrating our first birthday. We've crossed the 1,000 subscriber threshold and we've finally given away a Rory McIlroy shirt. So firstly guys, thank you for all the support. I really do appreciate you sticking with me over the last year. It was really difficult making some of those episodes in lockdown. The golf season here in Europe is drawing to a close as autumn's kicking in. So I'm already starting to think about my goals for next season and my training needs. So this episode is going to help you with that. It's all about a training aid that I'm sure most of you have got. They're inexpensive, and if you haven't got one, you can easily fashion something to use for one. Okay, and that is the alignment stick. I think alignment sticks are really useful. They're cheap as chips. They start at about £5 and go up to £50 for some customised ones. No, I haven't, but Rachel, if you are watching, that might be a nice Christmas idea. Okay, you can use these in lots of different ways. I've been playing with a lot of pros lately, so I've been asking them how they use these sticks. They all carry them in the bag, so it's something if the pros are doing it, us amateurs should do it. We've also got our regular rules feature and we've got our subscriber showcase feature where you get to be the star of the show. Thanks again to all our subscribers. If you are new to this channel, welcome. It's great to have you here. If you enjoy this episode, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Subscription is free and all it will do is just tell you when our next video is going to drop. Okay, that's more than enough from me. Let's get on with the golf show. Okay, so what about these alignment stick covers? A bit of a Marmite factor on these. I had this one made for me by my friends at Hazard Golf over in West Yorkshire. I'll put their details in the description. I think they're quite a good idea. I think you probably do need to carry 2 alignment rods. You know, something like that just keeps them neat and tidy. You're not going to scratch a shaft of a club if you've got that on. And I get to show you the logo. Okay, so before we start with the first drill, there is a health warning. If you've seen any previous episodes of The Golf Show, you will know I'm not a pro. So I'm not going to try and coach you or anything like that. Last week I played in a pro-am up in Scotland and there was 20 pros there. A lot of these guys have played in the Open, played on the European Tour, one and even won on the European Tour. So I was quizzing these guys how they use alignment sticks. They all had them in their bags, so this was the guidance they gave me. So hopefully these will help you, and some of these things I think might point out what you may be doing wrong, which you can then take to your local PGA pro and get some coaching. Okay, hope you enjoy these guys and I hope you find them helpful. This first drill is all about making sure your body and your club face is aligned to the target. As you can see, I've got 2 alignment sticks pointing down my target line and I've left a space of about 18 inches in the middle. So that's going to be really helpful for me to get my body square with the target and the club face. Now what I was told by the pros last week was put the club face down first. Straight away you can see that you're square there. Step in with your back foot. So club face down, in with the back foot, and then you should find that you're square with the target line. I've never used the alignment rods for this drill before and I really like it. So it's in with the back foot, club face is square, and away you go. It's funny, that feels to me like I'm a little bit close, so I must have been standing too open. Once you've got comfortable with the first drill, try drill number 2. What I've done here, I put my alignment sticks about 4 yards ahead of the ball. Got them parallel about a club length apart. And what we're trying to do here is make sure that the ball, when I hit it, goes through those lines. Again, club down first, get that square just like on the last drill. In with your trail foot, and you're ready to go. If you went in with your lead foot, look at that, it's very difficult to get square, okay? Then what you're hoping to do is that your ball goes straight through the gap. One of my main problems with my swings is at times I'm guilty of swaying on the backswing rather than turning and pivoting. So this is really useful to see if you sway when you hit the golf ball. So what you need to do is put the alignment stick in the ground, maybe set it just higher than a grip, put your golf ball directly under it. And you'll see on your backswing, so I'm swaying there because the ball is the right hand side of the post. If I was going the other way, if I was tilting, you could see it there. So again, backswing, yep. I'll show you that with the camera so you can see what that looks like. So if I sway to the right, being right-handed, I can see the ball on that side of the stick. A bit like doing a dominant eye test. If I tilt, the ball's on that side of the alignment rod. On the occasions at the driving range I see people using alignment rods, this is probably the most common technique they use. You might call this the ladder drill or the train track drill. So you've got one alignment rod there for your club face and your backswing, and the other for your feet. Gets you nice and square, it's simple, and it works. I saw some research recently that said 80% of bad golf shots come before you've even lifted up the club. Now that sounds incredible when you think how many people you see with a bad grip or really bad posture. So maybe it's true. So this is a great drill for checking ball position. Ball position is really important. I've got my 7-iron here, so I want that nicely in the middle of my stance. I've got the two alignment sticks crossed like that. If I was going to play driver, I could adjust so it's inside my left heel. If I wanted to hit a low one into the wind, not one of my favourite shots, you know, you're going to move your body forward. So ball position is vital. I think it's really overlooked in the golf swing. Now one thing I like to do with this drill is have two stations. So I have one station here with the alignment rods. This is my 7-iron, so I've got it in the middle of the stance. Hit the ball. Then I like to go straight to another ball without the rods so I can recreate that feeling, because you're not going to have the alignment rods on the course. Middle of the stance again, hit the ball. The modern game is all about power, but where does power come from? It's not about swinging your arms really fast, it's about getting that coil and uncoiling. So to see how much coil you get, you can take your alignment rod, put it through your belt hoops. Saw my friend David doing this at the Pro-Am last week. Then you can immediately see if you're getting that coil, the turn you're getting there. If you're leaning back, you know, swaying as I was saying earlier, you can see there's no turn at all there. You know, if you're tilting forward, you can see what's happening. So this is a really useful one just to help you look at your coil. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the golf psychology books of Dr. Bob Rotella, who's recognised as the #1 authority in that field, having worked with tons of top-level tour players and major champions. But it's interesting, even though his books are on golf psychology, he starts off every book by saying, if you want to get better at golf, practice your wedges. So chipping is so important. But why as amateurs do we make such a mess? Well, it can be, you know, easy to try and manipulate the club, you know, so you don't want to be doing that. I was lucky to have a chipping lesson with European Tour player Chris Hansen in a previous episode of the Golf Show. Here you go, and I'll put the link in the description. When I was not getting my left wrist nice and flat, which is what Chris wanted to see. So what he did, he made me take an alignment rod and run it up the grip. Now as you can see, that's touching my body. If you hit it too hard, you're going to get a whack, so you don't want to do that. But all we're trying to do is take this wrist out of play. You'll get the idea and you'll soon get that feel with your wrist. Beautiful. And like I was saying before, you can hit a few like that, get rid of the alignment aid, then try it with the real thing. Get me on that first tee. Now this final drill with an alignment stick I picked up from Colin Morikawa. He's a big fan of this drill and he uses this to see which way he's starting the ball, so he can work on his draw or he can work on his fade. So he's a champion golfer of the year, so I know we should listen to this one. Okay, so he's putting an alignment rod 1, 2, 3, 4 paces in front of his ball. He's going to shape that ball either side of that depending on if he's hitting a draw or a fade. Okay, try and send this one around the right hand side of the rod. Try and send this one around the left hand side of the rod. What Colin also did though was challenge to hit the alignment stick from 4 yards. He did it on his first shot. So I've got 7 balls left. Let's see if I can have a go. Ooh. Nice little fade though. Got a 5-iron here, might be too much loft. Two beautiful little fades there though, which is my shape. I've not used this drill before. Have you ever used this drill? Be interested to see your comments, see which one of these drills you guys have used before, and also, do you like the head covers for alignment sticks? Put some comments below, let me know your thoughts, guys. Okay, Colin, I'm coming after you. Jack Nicklaus always used to pick an intermediate target in front of his ball, so I guess this is a variation to that theme. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit nearer, maybe I've got too much loft, I'm going over it. Oh. I have to picture this tomorrow when I'm playing. I do like this as a drill. Mine are starting off left hand side and fading back onto those cut trees down at the bottom. Maybe that one didn't fade back, but it was a nice swing for me. 2 to go. Okay. Oh. This is a great drill. I've not done this one before. Picked it up whilst I was researching this episode. Really liking this, hitting some nice balls. Last one. Does really make you focus on your aim. This drill is a keeper. This drill is ace. Another cool use for the alignment sticks is you can use them to stop your towel falling off your bag. On our rules feature this week, I want to talk about the golf ball and when you can or cannot replace your golf ball if it's damaged. So the rules of golf say, if you believe your ball has been cut or cracked during the playing of a hole, you can inspect it. So tell your playing partners what you're going to do, and of course, mark that ball. You can pick it up, you can't clean it, and you can inspect it. And if your ball has been cut or cracked whilst playing that hole, you are allowed to swap it. If the ball was cut or cracked on a previous hole and you put it into play on that hole, you can't. There's nothing stopping you from changing a ball between holes, but if your ball's just got a scuff on it, or maybe it's hit a tree, I have a few of those in my bag, and they've got a bit of a discoloration or the paint's fading, you can't swap the balls. You can only swap it if it's cut or cracked. Okay friends, so now it's over to you. This is the subscriber showcase part of the show where you get to be the star of the show. Send me your golfing videos. It might be a great shot, it might be a really bad shot, it might be something funny, maybe you're playing a really famous hole on a really famous course. Reach out to us via our social channels and send me your videos, and we'll pick the best ones each week and put them out on the show. This week's clip takes me back a little bit. It's a guy going for his first ever birdie under the pressure of his friend videoing him. So come on man, you can do it.
Victor Escobar for his first birdie in his entire life. Can he do it? Can he make history at Knollwood? And he does it!
Okay, so that's it for this week. Guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Golf Show with these little alignment sticks. They don't cost much. You know, if you don't have one, you can always put a 5-iron down. Remember that fantastic image of Nick Faldo at the 87 Open at Muirfield on his practice round? It's a really misty morning, and he's got a 5-iron down there doing the same job. You know, if the pros are using them, us amateurs seriously need to give it a think about whether we should use them as well, and I would say we do. Let me know which your favourite one of these drills is. Please put some comments below, and I'll see you next time on The Golf Show. I hope you enjoyed that episode of The Golf Show. To watch another, click here. To subscribe, click here.